Gerry, you're a man who understands heat, coming from the South and fall camp and camp in the heat. It's been warm here and some people have been complaining. How does this compare to other fall camps you've been in?
I've been in hotter. I'm not complaining about the heat at all. I prefer the heat. I'm cool with it. We're going to sweat a little bit. As long as you're hydrated, you'll be all right. But this Florida humidity, it's not the same. So there's a big difference. I can tell you that one.
It's a dry heat in Utah.
Yeah, you can live with this one. You can live with dry heat.
All right, first day where the shells are on, you hear pads popping, helmets kind of clanging against each other, and the defense has a push. What was it like to have the defensive push up another level for the first time in camp?
It felt good. We need it. We need those live reps. That's how it's going to feel in the game. That's how we need to practice. I mean, if you watch the days before, the defense weren't really rushing like that. They was more trying to bat the ball down. But today, to get actual reps with a lot of the plays we actually need a rush, a pass rush. We need movement. We need pads popping. We need all that. So I thought it was a good day to first and get that out here and go ahead and get started with it. So,
what's the most significant challenge that the BYU defense has presented to you in, we'll call it 3 days of camp thus far?
They have a lot in. They do a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts, a lot of different coverages, put a lot of guys in one-on-one. They have a crazy blitz package. I got to give it to them. One of the best blitz packages I've ever seen, seriously. So.
Okay, on the other side, what do you feel like the offense or the best thing that the offense has accomplished in those same 3 days?
I think attacking and taking in the install. We are installing a lot right now, and it's going pretty fast. So I think the guys are coming out here and executing and running it well. Of course, we're going to have some mistakes. We're going to have missed throws, drops, missed blocks. Like, that's just a part of football. We're learning, we're installing, so we just got to keep building off of what we're doing and try to get better each day.
In light of the install, how do you feel like you're grasping the entirety of the playbook at this point?
I think I'm doing a good job. I think I'm doing pretty well, actually. Just got to continue to master it and spend time on it, continue to watch it. The more reps you get to see certain plays versus different looks, and that's the thing about it. Of course, you know the offense, but do you know exactly what to do against all these different looks? Like, you got to have answers. What you going to do when they blitz you? Where's your hot answer? Where's your one-on-one? Those kind of things. So just continue to dial in and understand that part.
You've played for a number of different programs. You've won at the highest level in the Big 12 back in your Baylor days. Now you're at BYU. What sets this culture and this team and their specific skill set apart from the other teams you've been a part of?
First off, just the city of Provo. The standard here is high. You got to win here. So just to start off with that, the standard is raised by the community. And we know what the standard is in the locker room. And just for us here, I think we have a talented roster. We can do whatever we want to do. I honestly feel that. We just got to continue to get better, continue to compete, and understand that there's no easy game on our schedule. Everybody train the way we train, practice the way we practice. So we just got to continue to stack and build days and continue to get better and push each other every day. Come out here and compete. Don't take a play off. Don't take any reps off. Just come in and line up across from the guy and try to win every rep. Sometimes you're going to lose. How you going to respond to it?
Everybody wants to know how your shoulder is feeling now that you're throwing a ton and you had that surgically repaired. How does it feel right now that you're throwing a bunch of footballs every day?
I think it feels good. It feels good to me. No, I feel really good. I feel normal. I really feel better than I felt in a long time. So I'm excited about it. Haven't had any issues. Don't think I'm going to have any issues either. So just happy to be out here, man. And just enjoying being able to get all those reps. So.
When did you first notice, I feel good? Like you really feel like you're back. When was that moment?
I went and got stem cells and had to take a week off. That Wednesday, I text the doctor, said, "Can I throw today?" Which is a week later, he said yes. I went and threw, felt great. So I felt so good, I threw the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. Took a day off, threw again. I was like, if I can roll 5 out of 6 days, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? So then I knew that, okay, this thing is back. Let's just take care of it. Let's sit down now. Now that you feel it, let's sit down and take care of it. So
awesome. Here's the modern medicine. When was that? What month was that?
End of May. I went end of May. So I came back June. It was going into June, though, so I had to chill for the first week of June a little bit. But after that, I was fine, rolling, doing everything.
I mentioned this with your buddy Jake Retzloff, but I know you're so tired of the phrase quarterback battle at this point. But you're in it, and people are excited about it, and at BYU, people are excited about it. How has being in this scenario benefited you as an athlete, both mentally and physically?
I think people tend to think that things are supposed to be given to you. You have to work for everything you get. Whatever you're doing, you have to work for it. And to be the best, you have to have talent around you that's pushing you. So I think the benefit of it is, man, I'm both talented players. Our room is talented. just come in every day, compete in the meets, compete in the workout, compete on here on the field. Like, you want that because now you know there's not a day that you can take off. Like, that standard is that standard, and the day you take off, that guy gonna show out. So it's good to have that around you. Like, it's really, really good to have.
What do you do best right now? And in turn, where are you the most critical on yourself when it comes to assessing your game right now?
Right now, I think I'm doing quite a bit really, really well. I think some issues, like I had 2 throws lately. My arm felt so good. I'm like trying to rip it in there. Kind of need to dial back on that, kind of have the ball batted down and those kind of things. And also understanding pressure and knowing that if I can help the back with the call or knowing when to get to my check down. I mean, I've done a solid job at it, but I had one today that I thought maybe I should have got to the check down faster.
Everybody also wants to know about the offensive line and playing behind them. And I know you weren't here last year, so you don't really have the direct comparison, but you can still assess the play of the offensive line. How would you rate it early in camp at this point?
So for me, I went back and watched every game last year just to see the talent that was here, and they look a lot better. Coach Woods is grinding. He has those boys grinding, and they're coming out here working and compete with each other. And I think we have depth at that position. I feel like last year maybe there wasn't so much depth and so many guys moved around. There was so much going on that no one could really focus on playing this position. Now I feel like we have the talent to move around, but guys are understanding what exactly to do in detail on each and every play, whether it's a tray block, deuce block, whatever it is. They're understanding everything about it and who to work up to, how to get there, what's the best way and the most efficient way to get there, and versus, look, what do I need to do? So the communication up there is really, really solid right now. They're getting it together.
Gerry Bohanon is with us on BYU Sports Nation. You're throwing to a very deep, talented core of wide receivers who have a lot of experience. They all want the ball all the time, Gerry. Who's the loudest? Who's the loudest receiver right now?
Man, to be honest with you, they all working. They all playing some good ball right now. So I don't even know who'd be the loudest right now, but all those guys coming to you. I'm one-on-one, I'm open, give me the ball. So that's what you want, though, as a quarterback. That's what you want. You want guys confident, knowing they're coming there and win their one-on-ones. If they can win their one-on-ones, you win games. So they just need to keep up doing what they're doing, continue to get better.
The tight end is a prominent position at BYU. They call themselves the quarterback's best friend. They feel like they clean up things. Just throw it up to me, it's good. How are the tight ends performing, in your opinion?
That's a loaded group. They are very detailed. They have a great coach. They understand what they're doing. They're pushing each other. They're competing as well. That's a competitive room as well, but they're all coming out here trying to get better. They're understanding what we want to do in the run game, the pass game, and they have a lot on their plate. So just to see those guys come out here and compete, come out here and attack the ball and just continue to help each other. And if you see them walking off the field, they coach each other. That's a tight group. That's what you want with your tight end. So that's what you want with every position, but they're doing a good job right now.
If anyone has, or I should say, has anyone surprised you by name on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball, where you're like, whoa?
If you want the truth, I wouldn't say anybody surprising me right now just because I've been here all summer with these guys, and whether we're overlooked, whatever you want to call it, I've seen how the guys work. I've seen how they come in, attack, get extra work, compete. So everybody doing what I expect them to do. We done put in a lot of work this summer, so the expectation is a lot higher than what people think it is. So everybody continue to trying to get better. That's all you can ask for in camp. This is the third day of camp. Everybody just watch the film, learn from it, and get better the next day.
All right, well, that leads me into my next question, which is because of the noise from the national pundits, and you said the standard is much higher for yourselves compared to what people are saying BYU is going to do, how do you individually use that as motivation?
I think just for me personally, my mama and my parents instilled that standard, that high work ethic, whatever you're doing, school. If I brought a B home, we had to hold a conversation about making a B. Whatever, I ran track. If I didn't win a track race, why didn't you win that? How was your preparation? So for me, that's just my lifestyle. You have to live that way. If you want to be good on the field, you have to do everything that way. You have to have a high standard of everything you do. You eating right. If you eating, how you want to come out here and perform at a high level every day if you're not eating right? You understand me? So I think that's the key. Like, if everybody can understand that, not only do you apply that standard and expectation to football, but apply it to your life.
All right, bonus question. How does Gerry Bohanon decompress after practice? Is it a drink, a specific beverage, a dessert, or are you watching the Olympics? Like, what are you doing to decompress a little bit?
This is so crazy. I was just talking to my mama at lunchtime about how I need to start decompressing because I'm getting into bed and not able to fall asleep because I'm going home, I'm eating and watching film at the same time, and I literally watch film until I could like doze off. That's really not good to have a screen in your face. So I think off season I spend time with my son as much time I can with him, spend time with my family. So that's what I try to do. But now I'm in camp. It's close to the season. I'm kind of like ball. I got to figure out what I'm going to do to decompress. But last night, I got into bed like 8:30, come fall asleep, and I started reading the book. So I might start reading.
Hey!
I was just
going to say, read a book, take some melatonin, man.
Dude, I used the melatonin spray on my pillow, spray in my bed area. I soaked in the tub in the melatonin, and I got the melatonin candle. I was just telling my mama, I got to get it together. Something going on. But I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get it together. I told him to stop watching film earlier.
You were mentioning attention to detail and all things, bro. That is attention to detail.
You got to. Yeah, you have to. That's the only way to live.
All right, Gary, we appreciate the time.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.